because God spoke to him. He only do one model in one time. It took about more than 80 hours to do one model, about 2 months just to prepare for that competition. But God spoke to him and said, do 2 models, and he like, what? Okay, fine. He did 2. He actually, before that, I don't know why, he also doesn't know why, he sent for that MCon competition. They called him and he won 2nd prize. Wow. First time anybody won the mainstream and called together prizes. Wow. So it's amazing. But at any point of time, he could have given up. It was tedious. He ran out of money because it's quite expensive to buy all the spray paints and model kits and all that, and it doesn't make money a lot. Singaporeans, they don't like to buy these things, and so it doesn't make a lot of money at all. So he wanted to give up. But he kept pursuing the passion. And he overcame fear. Fear of failure, fear of not making it. Pursued his passion, and here he is. Yeah? He trusted God. And that's what you need to do as well. You need to trust God. Yeah. Take your eyes off yourself and say, look, I can't really do this well. But God, I know what you have put in me. I'm going to keep on keeping on. I'm going to be passionate about it. I'm going to cross the line. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to pursue this. And God, your power is made perfect in my weakness. Yeah, amen? Amen. And so turn to your neighbor and say, you got to break fear of your life. And I want you to come with me right now to another passage, 1 Samuel and chapter 17, and you will see that deja vu is going to be like so similar situation. 1 Samuel chapter 17. And verse 11. Yes. Okay, let me give you the background of this story. Now Israel has gone to the promised land, but they easily forgot the lessons that God has taught them. And this is like a few generations later, David's time. Not even David's generation, he was just a young punk, 16 years old. It was Saul's generation, the king of Israel. And the Philistines, and came up to war with Israel, and they lined up in battle array against each other, and up came up this guy, Goliath, giant of a guy, and he started challenging the armies of Israel to a fight. Okay, see the response of the soldiers here, and look at verse 11. When Saul and all Israel heard these words of the Philistine, they were dismayed and greatly afraid. There's that word again. They were afraid when they saw this giant. Deja vu, giant again. We're going to be black by giants all this time. They were afraid. They didn't learn that previous lesson. They were still afraid. Why? Because they were focusing on themselves. Yeah? But I want you to see this young punk, 16 years old boy, David's response. Okay, verse 23. Then David went to visit all his brothers in the battlefield. And as he talked with them, there was the champion, the Philistine of Gath, Goliath by name, coming up from the armies of the Philistines. He spoke according to the same words, again challenged the Israelite army. So David heard them. So David saw this guy and heard what he was saying. And all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, how to behave in front of a 16-year-old boy. If you are in the army and you're paid to fight, you better kick say somehow, right? 16 years, 16-year-old boy down there, you better jaga your, respond, right? No, act tough lah. You should act out, right? But what did they do, right? And all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, fled from him and were dreadfully afraid. Run away. Right? And David was left there, like, what is this all about, right? And look at verse 25. So the man of Israel said, have you seen this man who has come up? Surely has come up to defy Israel. And it shall be that the man who kills him, the king will enrich with great riches, will give him his daughter and give his father's house exemption from taxes in Israel. Then David spoke to the man who stood by him, saying, what shall be done for the man who kills this Philistine and takes away the reproach from Israel? Notice he didn't ask, where's the nearest way to escape? Where's the nearest exit? No, he said, if I kill him, what do I get? I mean, that was his focus, you know. And for who is this uncircumcised Philistine, all those below 21, that he should defy, listen, defy what? The armies of the living God. Can you see David's focus here? He wasn't thinking of himself. Oh, how dare he come and speak to me like that? But you know, I'm a 16-year-old boy. He didn't talk like that. You see, defying the armies of the living God. His focus was on God. Huh? Never died before, Goliath. How dare you come against God? His focus was on God. No fear whatsoever. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. See, God has a promised land for you. Amen. God has great destiny for you. But what keeps you from going in is the same thing that has kept Israel from possessing the promised land, from defeating Goliath. Fear. God has served it on a silver platter for you, but they stopped short because of fear. Another passage, Joshua chapter 1. Let's go back to Joshua, okay? Joshua chapter 1. You know, because of the fear of the 10 spies, what happened was this. God says, you will not go in the promised land. This generation, 20 years and above, will not go into the promised land. You will tour around the desert. Operation Desert Shield for 20 years. 40 years until you die off. So for 40 years they went round and round the same desert. Yeah? And they all dropped dead in the desert. That whole generation. Only Joshua, Caleb, who by then will be 80 years old, and those 20 years and below, at that point of time, all went into the promised land. And here they are, Joshua chapter 1. They come back to the same place, the edge of the promised land. Okay? Joshua chapter 1. Okay, so that's the context. I want you to see from verse 1. After the death of Moses, servant of the Lord, it came to pass the Lord spoke to Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' assistant, saying, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore, arise, go over the Jordan, you and all these people, to the land which I am giving to them, the children of Israel. So God states again, this is the promised land. This is my promise for you, your destiny, the blessing I want to put in your life. Every place that the sole of your foot would tread upon, I have given you, as I said to Moses, from the wilderness in the Lebanon as far as the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites and to the great sea towards the going down of the sun shall be your territory, a massive piece of land. No man shall be able to stand before you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will not leave you nor forsake you. Listen to what God is saying to you also. All the days of your life, I will be with you. I will not leave you. I will not forsake you. I will be with you every step of the way. Amen. This is the same promise he made to Adam. I will not leave you. I will be with you every step of the way. Yet Adam was afraid because he took his eyes off God who was with him and put it on himself. Okay? Now look at verse 6. Be strong and of good courage. Everybody say, be strong and of good courage.
Be strong and of good courage.
For to this people you shall divide as an inheritance the land which I swore to their fathers to give them. Only be strong and very courageous. Everybody say, be strong and very courageous.
Be strong and very courageous.
Again and again and again, God says to Joshua, be strong and courageous. Be strong and courageous. Be strong and courageous. Do you know why that? Because he remembered what happened 40 years before. They stopped short of destiny because of fear. And fear will always knock at the door. That's why God will say again and again and again, be strong and very courageous. You defeat fear once, you'll come back and knock at the door again. Defeat fear again, you'll come back and knock at the door again. Every step you want to take, every breakthrough you want to make, the next level